Hello, I'm making this quick video about depositions, and I'm going to send it out to all of my clients, and hopefully anyone that's got a pending lawsuit is going to watch this and get a better understanding of what a deposition is. Because if you were in an accident, you're always going to have to do a deposition. In other words, there's a situation where the other side is going to be asking you questions about how the accident happened and how you got injured, what parts of your body were injured, and how that affected you. And that's what the case is about in a nutshell. So as a plaintiff, a person who is injured in an accident, you've got to be ready for these things. You've got to be prepared. And there are certain basic questions that you have to be ready to answer, and you have to know your stuff. And I prepare all of my clients well ahead of time for their depositions, and all lawyers should do that. You should speak to your client well in advance of their deposition and give them an understanding of what is going to be asked of them in that deposition. And you all need to know the date your accident happened, the time it happened, the location it happened, how it happened, step by step. Where were you looking? If it's a slip and fall case, where were you looking just before that accident happened? Where were your eyes? What was the condition that caused you to fall? What was that defect? Was it a hole in the sidewalk? Was it a misleveled sidewalk? Was it a defective set of staircase? Was it a missing handrail? Was it because the lighting was poor? You have to be ready to explain why that accident happened and why you didn't notice or see that condition ahead of time. Then you have to be ready to explain step by step how your body got hurt. Which step did you fall on? Which foot did you fall on? And how did that cause your body to move when that accident happened? Did you fall backwards? Did you fall forwards? Did you fall sideways? What parts of your body got injured? Okay, and you've got to be very specific about that. You have to be ready to answer these questions. And also, were there any eyewitnesses to the accident? Did you ask for anybody's phone number when you fell and got hurt? Did the police come to the scene? Did you take an ambulance from the scene? What parts of your body did you complain about to the ambulance personnel? When you went to the emergency room, what parts of your body did you complain about to the emergency personnel? When did you first get medical treatment after you were in that emergency room? What instructions did the emergency room personnel give you? Did they tell you to follow up with your primary care doctor? Did they tell you to try to find an orthopedist? Did you know where to get an orthopedist? How did you find your orthopedist? These are all questions you need to be very familiar with. When did you start getting therapy? What were your diagnoses? Did you get an MRI of these body parts? How has this affected you? How many times have you gone to therapy? How many times did you go to chiropractic? Did you ever get any injections? These are questions you have got to know right off the top of your head. You have to be ready for these questions. And I always tell my clients that the lawyer asking you these questions is the person that represents the defendant. So in the case of a slip and fall, it's the property owner. If it's a city street or a sidewalk, it's going to be a lawyer for the city of New York. And what? They're not your friend. They're your enemy. And they're going to come after you. They're going to try to make it seem like you're the one who was at fault, that you should have been watching where you were going, that the big hole in the sidewalk was something that you should have seen. They're going to try to turn it on you. They're going to try to make it like you really are not hurt, like you're not injured. So you have to be ready to explain all of your injuries and how it's affected your life. And what I ask all my clients to do is to think about a typical weekend in their lives before this accident happened and how active they were. And think about all the things that they used to do on a typical weekend and now compare that to how a weekend is now for you. if you're having certain problems and conditions that make it hard for you to do the things you used to do. And we'll go through that step by step, and we'll get you ready for your deposition. That is a critical part of having a good lawyer on your side. And if you come to me, my name is Neil Redmond. I've been a trial lawyer for over 20 years. We will go through all of these issues with you and prepare you very well for your deposition. So if you feel that you need a lawyer, you're not happy with your current lawyer, call me at 844-NEIL-RED. That's 844-NEILRED. Good luck, and maybe we'll speak to you in the future.